There's the island of Fair Isle. It's definitely a cool place.
Hello, Karen here from Life4.0, and we're saying goodbye to beautiful Fair Isle, the southernmost island of Shetland in Scotland. Be sure to watch our previous episode for a deep dive into that special gem. Today, we're sailing to Orkney, another Scottish archipelago just north of mainland Scotland.
All right, we are sailing along from Fair Isle, heading over to the Orkney Islands. We're cruising along. We have just 16 knots of wind, true, and we are going 8.2 knots. Whoa! And the seas are pretty big because there's wind against current here. Yeah, funky place. Great land. And here's our waves. Got some nice big ones. Another thing that's very exciting is that we have our main out. This is the first day we've used our main after getting a sail repair done on it. So very exciting. We've been sailing for almost a month with just a jib. Or with just the front sail. We've used the asymmetrical and the code 02, but it's very nice to have a main sail to use. Oh wow, check out these waves. They're pretty large. Today is a day of holding on. Sleigh ride.
After a quick overnight stop at the island of Sanday, you can see where it got its name, we raise our pride flag in solidarity with the many LGBTQ+ celebrations that take place worldwide in the month of June. Then we head to Kirkwall on mainland Orkney. Orkney Marinas has a terrific website, by the way. And what do you do when you get to Scotland? You find a pub. We couldn't believe our luck when we saw a poster informing us of a bagpipe parade that very evening. What fun! We coordinated our visit to Orkney with the annual St. Magnus Festival and the visit of our good friends Steve and Julie. We took in 4 music shows between Kirkwall and Stromness, and each was very good, quite unique, and extremely enjoyable. Here's a sample from one of the shows. We left Sea Rose on the dock in Kirkwall Harbor as we explored mainland Orkney and the islands connected to it by roadways. Orkney has numerous archaeological sites, some of which made it onto our short list of places to visit.
The roof up here on this barn is made from stone. wow. I mean, that's not just slate, that's like solid.
We enjoy a brisk walk between the standing stones of Sennes and the impressive ring of Brodgar, seen there in the distance. According to the Historic Environment Scotland website, the best guess is that this ring was constructed between 2600 and 2400 BC, over 4,000 years ago. This massive stone circle, measuring 104 meters in diameter, originally consisted of 60 stones. 36 exist today. It is surrounded by a rock-cut ditch, or henge, so the total diameter of this majestic site is 136 meters, or 446 feet, wider than an American football field is long. The website states that the Ring of Brodgar may have been involved in ceremonies celebrating the relationship between living and past communities. It has also been suggested that the sites in the surrounding area were used for observations of the moon from the Ring of Brodgar, though there's scant evidence for the activities the Neolithic people did at the site, or why. Truly remarkable.
It'd be so cool to even have a 10-minute conversation with somebody from back in this time to figure out what was it that was so interesting that they needed to create through huge effort these stone henges. I mean, just the earthwork required to create this ditch and the promontories to enter and the platform in the center, all of that, and then moving these huge stones, and they feel like a lot of the stones didn't come from right here. They came from further afield, and the amount of effort that it would take to move all of these stones here for clearly a purpose. What was it?
Our next stop was the prehistoric village of Skara Brae, located here. This village, from Neolithic times, was uncovered during a storm in 1850 that tore up the coastline and exposed part of one of these structures. Today, you can visit the information center and then walk among this domestic settlement and take in the stone walls that shape and support these dwelling places. You can even walk the passageways into and between the various living units. This is a treasure. The other significant town on mainland Orkney is Stromness. Although the village was very quiet, the area has a lot of appeal.
Standing on the working fishing pier, looking over to the town. It's Sunday, so almost everything is closed today. But we just are here checking it out. We're going to come back on Wednesday when things are open more and attend one of the St. Magnus music festival events here in their town hall, which I believe is in that church. Little alleyway in Stromness. We're out for a stroll. Pretty day. This is the hills over Stromness, out in the neighborhood area. Very pretty.
Before we left Orkney, we had one more stop to make, the very special Italian chapel. This is the Italian chapel on one of the islands in Orkney. It's actually created and decorated by prisoners of war that were here from 1943 to 1945. And these are two huts that they put back to back to allow the prisoners to create a school and a chapel. And they liked the makings of their chapel so much that they sort of stuck with that and made the whole thing into a chapel. So it's really quite a special place, and the people of Orkney are just thrilled to have had it left behind. And several people that worked on it have come back over the years and have visited it. And there's an artist, an Italian artist, who did a lot of the work and touched it up over the years that he visited the chapel afterwards. So this is the surrounding land that the chapel sits on. This wall here is all paintings done by the prisoners by hand. This is not three-dimensional moldings or tile, but paintings to look like that. It's a flat surface even though it looks 3D. I believe these 12 plaques were a gift to the chapel more recently, and they represent the 12 articles of the Catholic faith. Please share a comment if I'm incorrect on this information. After several days on the mainland of Orkney, it was time to move on. We sailed up to an anchorage off the island of Rousay.
Alright, we're starting on our bike ride on Rousay. Down to Rousay, and there's all these archaeological sites along here. Our original plan was to walk the route, and then we found this bicycle hire place right by the ferry landing where we got a mooring for sea rows. And this is going to be a much better way to see the island and maybe even circle the whole island itself. So we're off and running. Hey, get you in action.
Here is our first ancient site of the day. This is a chambered cairn, or burial mound, or burial monument. On Rousay, there are 15 identified and recorded Neolithic chambered cairns. 4 are open to the public.
So they created this dome to protect it.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. Wow.
All the work.
Yeah.
Even it's up here, and it goes. That's how far.
Wow. Archaeologist Karen.
I think I'm gonna leave the black.
That's a good idea. But maybe a one person at a time type.
Okay.
I mean, there is a little bit of room.
Is there light?
Little, yes. I mean, I can see structures down here. Only a couple skeletons. Just kidding.
Wow.
But yeah, I think it's definitely worth seeing. It's amazing.
You're not inclined to go down that tunnel?
So this burial mound was discovered when somebody wanted to put a bench in this mound. And this is the back side of it here. And then there's also something that they've covered up here. It's another little, and back in there's another chamber down in. Pretty cool.
Another chamber.
Yeah, you can see, and back in there further is another one. So I don't know how far this goes back in.
Huh.
But yeah, pretty cool. Our second ancient site requires a bit of a stroll. A modern hangar was erected to protect this complex tomb from the elements. The raised walkways allow you to see all around the cairn without damaging it. The remains of at least 25 humans have been found here. Broch. This broch was constructed about 3,500 years after the nearby cairn. It was built around the 1st century AD as the dwelling place of a powerful local family. The broch was protected by a ditch and rampart across the neck of the promontory. Later, the interior of the broch was divided up and buildings constructed around it.
There you go. Yeah,
Just about to collapse.
falling in like the other ones probably did before.
We're about halfway around the island, but this will be our final stop on our circumnavigation of Rousay Island. These stunning cliffs, which are located in this area. These cliffs are so beautiful. There's a seal out there. Center of that dark water. We all just hung out here in stunned silence as we listened to the bird calls and the thundering waves. We appreciated life today. Times like these are so rejuvenating. Thanks for watching our Life 4.0. Be sure to join us next time as we depart Orkney and begin to explore the mainland of Scotland, starting with the transit of the Caledonia Canal. I'll leave you on the cliffs of Rousay. Enjoy!